Hi everybody, thanks for watching Our Worship Sound. My name is Peter, and today I want to show you everything you ever wanted to know about slash chords and then some. So first of all, what is a slash chord? Well, it's one of those times in a chord chart where you see a letter and a slash and then another letter. So what that means is a chord and then the slash and then a bass note. So it's anytime you want to have a different bass note other than the root of the chord that you're playing. So how do you do it? Well, for example, if you had F slash A, F over A, you'd have the F chord, which you play the F chord with your right hand. Then with your left hand, you'd play the A, the bass note. So F over A is just F chord over A in the bass, and that's all there is to it. There are different reasons why you'd have slash chords in music. First of all, it would be to create a smoother or a particular bass line motion. One kind of common example is found in pop music, and this is found in a song that I wrote called My Portion. You can hear it on my free worship EP, Draw Me In, which is available at OurWorshipSound.com, and it's, like I said, a free download there. So anyway, this song is in G. It starts out on G, and then it goes to D, and E minor, and C, which creates a kind of an angular bass line. To smooth that out, what I do is instead of playing D, I play D over F sharp. So in that case, we get G, D over F sharp, E minor, C. So it creates a more smooth bass line. Okay. Another example that's a little bit more complex is there's a song called We Lift Our Hands by Freddy Rodriguez, and it has this bass line at the end of the chorus. Great and greatly to be praised. So with the chords, that's okay. And those chords to slow it down are F minor, then E flat over G, A flat, F over A, F7 over A, then B flat over D, and then E flat. So we have some different slash chords in there, but that helps to create this bass line. That up, but you get the point. That's one reason why you'd have slash chords, is to create a certain bass movement. Another reason is if you wanted to create pedal bass or lack of bass movement. Basically, pedal bass means where you have a sustained bass note over or underneath different chords. An example of this would be You Are Good by Israel Houghton, which goes Lord, you are good and your mercy endureth forever. So then E in the pedal bass, we have E, B over E, D over E, and A over E. And another example from that same song would be in the pre-chorus, where there's a pedal A in the bass. People from every nation and tongue, from generation to generation. So then we have A, then B over A, and then C over A, and D over A. So creating a different bass movement or creating a pedal bass would be two reasons for slash chords. The third reason you might see slash chord is to express more complicated chords in a simpler way. I'll give you two examples. One is pretty basic and the other one might be a little bit more extreme. For instance, if you saw F over D, what you'd have, if you broke that down or put these all together, you'd have D, F, A, and C. And this would be more commonly referred to as a D minor 7 chord. But for someone who wasn't as familiar with 7 chords, they might express that as F over D. Okay, so that's a lightweight example. A more heavyweight example of expressing a complex chord would be, okay. Okay, if you're playing jazzier style or gospel music, you would have something like this, where you would have a flat 9, 11, flat 13, and that's the root of the chord. But you might express this as a G flat 9, flat 13, but if you notice in the right hand, I'm playing an A flat major 7 over a G. So if I saw that in a chord chart, A flat major 7 over G, my mind would click in a lot faster if I saw that than if I saw G flat 9, 13. I'd really have to think that one through. So those are three reasons why you might see slash chords in music. I want to show you one little secret, and this is how I approach a lot of slash chords. And I would say most of the time in pop music, when you see a slash chord, more times than not, it's going to be a chord over the third, and taking the third of the chord and putting it in the bass. So if I'm playing a D, the third of that chord is F sharp, and that F sharp is in the bass. D over F sharp. I would say that there are a lot of times in pop music you'll see this. What I do when I see that is I will leave the third out of my right hand and just leave it in the bass. And if you listen to the difference, here's with the third, and then without the third in the right hand. So you still get a fullness of the chord, all three notes are present, but it's a little bit more spaced out in the voicing. And I think that taking the third out lends to more clarity in the chord. And I did the same thing with an E over G sharp. Took the G sharp out of the right hand and just put it in the bass. That's when the third of the note is in the bass, which happens a lot. So that's my little secret and tip for playing slash chords, where the third of the chord is in the bass. Just leave it out, leave it to the bass, and it lends clarity to the chord. So everything you ever wanted to know about slash chords and then some. So I hope you'll join me over at my website at www.OurWorshipSound.com for some other free resources, as well as some other videos on my YouTube channel, and as well as the free worship EP. I hope you'll check that out. So in the meantime, have a good one. We'll see you soon.